Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Late Winner FPL Show. Before we move forward, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos and follow us on social media handles. A great footballing week. I think game week 13 definitely proved to be a good one. I think one fan seems to be very happy. Me, I'm not so ecstatic what happened this week. Obviously, we expected a thrashing in the last match of the last match of the week, but it didn't happen. It's a sad day, I believe, for me. But I guess one United fan seems to be very happy in that aspect.
I'm happy with the performance. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically, there is a United can defend. I could see that today, and Fred can play. Fred can play.
Exactly.
There were a lot of positives from the game.
But he cannot finish. I think he could have won the game for you guys.
Yeah, I guess. We're not going to talk about the game. Let's talk about FPL.
Yeah. So,
but what's to talk about in FPL also, right?
I mean, so that's why we have a special episode. We would say. I mean, we're not releasing our differential and watch list video separately to this time. I mean, we're giving out some transfer tips for you guys based on the current forms for a few players, injury updates, and a couple of differential players which you could use in the upcoming game week 14, which is 2 days away, I believe. So. I think again another exciting fixture for United in that one. United faces Arsenal. Chelsea faces Watford. You have a couple of enticing fixtures where you can see some good high scoring games as well. So I think in terms of that, let's start with the transfer tips and talk about our first player, which is I think what we're suggesting. I think Antonio, who I think has the highest ownership in terms of strikers right now. I think it's higher than 40% at this stage, 40 to 44%. And I think it's really astonishing based on the form he's in right now. I think it's been 5 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks where he scored a goal, and I think out of the 13 game weeks he's only performed in 4. That's his performance. I believe 4 to 5 game weeks is the maximum he's performed in so far. So I really believe that all his inflated stats are because of the first 3 game weeks where Antonio and Benrahma's partnership was something to be right about. I mean, it was a magical chemistry which we were witnessing at that stage, and from there on, Antonio's ownership has just not dropped. I guess people are still hoping that Antonio would click, but I think West Ham itself has dropped below par now. So I think Watford, Ranieri is definitely picking up some great strides, and I think in terms of attack for Watford, they are scoring goals on a regular basis, even though they might not be registering wins that often. But I think in terms of matches and the attack which they're creating right now, I think Joshua King seems to be a favorable replacement, I would say, for Antonio, because like the price mentions, like the price is mentioned over here, it's 5.6 million. I think Antonio is right now 8.1 to 8.2. So I think you would actually free up a lot of funds for yourself and maybe bring in some reinforcements in the mid or defense, whichever you prefer. Let's say if you have Rafinha, you can maybe bring in Jota or Gundaga, anyone or even maybe try to go for a player like Sancho, who's actually picking up some great form in the last few weeks. In the last 3 games I've seen, like including the Champions League game, so you could try that. But Joshua King, coming to Joshua King right now, his ownership is still favorable for a person who can actually try to make him kind of a differential also, because I think it's still I think Joshua King can actually create an impact. I think he has 5 goals. His XG is very high. His penalty area touches is also amazing, and in the last 5 game weeks itself, you see he has scored 31 points. I think he's hitting sort of a purple patch right now for himself in this season. So I think maybe right now is the time to cash in as well. So try to bring in Joshua King at this stage and see how it can go, because I think in the next couple of game weeks might be a little bit tough, because they face, I think Watford faces Chelsea next and then City, but after that they have a favorable run of fixtures after that. So I think a player, if you bring in a player whose value is 5.6, I think you can definitely keep him on the bench as well, but and bring him in the later stages. But I think Antonio is just not doing anything for anyone at this stage. So I think having King also will free up, like I mentioned, free up some funds, and you can create a better midfield or stronger midfield at this stage.
Yeah, the next in the list for transfer tips is, as you can see, Rafinha has been playing, but he has not been giving us points. It's been like 3 or 4 game weeks for him also, that he has not scored a goal or assisted one as well. Leeds themselves have not been able to score goals. So, and Rafinha was the biggest contributor, and he has not been doing well, and henceforth Leeds. But yeah, the apt replacement at this point for Rafinha, I would say, is Diogo Jota. He's not very costly when compared to Rafinha. Rafinha currently stands at 6.8, I believe. It's 6.7, somewhere around that, 6.7 or 6.8. And Diogo Jota is still is available at a fairly low price still, 7.7. Plus Firmino's injury, it makes it sure that Diogo Jota is going to start for sure. And ownership currently stands at a mere 20%, which is not much when compared to one of his counterparts, that is Salah. He has been actually rewarding the managers with good number of points. In this game week itself, you guys would have definitely noticed he scored 2 goals, 14 points in total. That's a good haul of points. And total goal attempts, he has not started every game. Hence his goal attempts is at this point is low. But yeah, goal attempts is 13, assists just 1. You can see the XG. XG currently stands at 3.68, which is very, very high. And the last 5 matches points, if you see, is 26, which I think which is good. I think he has assisted one in one of the past 5 matches also. So decent total for the last 5 matches. The number of points that he has had, and the total points stand at 68. I think it must be in the top 15, if not in top 10, for the players who for the midfielders list, I would say. So Jota is a very good replacement for Rafinha at this point. If you guys are thinking of replacing Rafinha.
And another point to add, I mean, we mentioned it earlier also that Firmino is injured, so obviously Jota is the one playing as a false nine right now. So that's why I think it's the time to cash in and get the goals, because we've been mentioning as well. Salah is being covered very well by every team right now, so you're not seeing a lot of involvement from Salah. He is trying to make an impact, but it's the other players who are creating a much better impactful game in terms for Liverpool right now. So having a second Liverpool player is I think is a great option right
now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The next player in the list is the replacement of Ben Chilwell with Marcus Alonso. It is again a very easy replacement. If you can see, Chelsea, we know, have been doing really well. Today's goal also, they wouldn't have United would have been difficult for United to score a goal, but it was Jorginho's mistake that led the goal for United. But I can. I'm not saying that United did not play well. I was just saying that it was Jorginho's mistake as well. But
I didn't say anything.
But yeah, Ben Chilwell, he suffered an ankle injury, or it was an ankle
injury.
ACL. ACL, Achilles injury he suffered, and he's definitely out for until the end of the year. The reports are being awaited. He might be out for longer. So Ben Chilwell at this point is you don't have to think, you can just replace for Marcus Alonso. This Marcus Alonso will be a definite starter in the team. Price, I think it's not 6.2. He's at 5.6. Marcus Alonso, yeah, he's at 5.6, and ownership is also currently at less than 10%. In his previous charts, I think he has scored 3 goals, I believe. And he has these stats are wrong here because I think it's of Reece James, if I'm correct. But yeah, he has had 2 or 3 goals before Ben Chilwell started playing in the first team, and the number of assists also, I think he had 3 or 4 assists. And today also, when I saw the match, he was always around corner or some of the free kicks as well. So this gives him a chance, gives him the ability to have a good number of assists, and plus he's always making those forward runs. So there is also a probability of him scoring a goal. Last 5 matches points, I think it's again incorrect. It's just 2 points at this stage, since these are Reece James stats. But yeah, since he's not started in many of the major of the last 5 matches, like 4 matches definitely is not started. So just considering yesterday's United game, it is just 2 points. But yeah, at 5.6, he's definitely a bargain for a Chelsea for a defender who is part of a Chelsea team, and how the way Chelsea have been playing, it's he's going to give you a lot of clean sheets, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, I think also another player which you could consider is obviously, like we've been mentioning, I think Reece James could also be considered as a replacement for Chilwell if you do not have him in his team, because I know Reece James' ownership is at 34% right now, and the other player which you might consider if you want to go for a versatile team, if you're not going to want to double up on Chelsea defenders right now, you could maybe bring in Cancelo as well. I think Cancelo, Trent, and Reece James are the 3 highest scoring defenders at this stage in FPL. So I think having each of them in your team is, I think a must. I think at this stage you should not be missing out on those players.
And plus fixture list for, I definitely remember, for Liverpool and City, it's very easy for upcoming, at least for next 4 or 5 games. So we can expect clean sheets from them, since you mentioned Cancelo and Arnold. I don't remember about Chelsea's fixture list, or which teams do they play, if they have any tough games in the next 5
it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy for them as well. I think
Okay.
almost for every one of them, it's pretty much easy only for Liverpool, City, and Chelsea.
Yeah. So moving on to our differentials player list. Before we move forward, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Like we keep mentioning, get us to the 300 subscriber mark. We are just 37 away right now. So just keep hitting the subscribe button and keep clicking on the bell icon to get latest updates on our upcoming videos as well.
Yes. And for differentials, as Rohil and Saurabh took most of the transfer tips, I'll start with the differentials. But 𝗕𝗲𝗃𝗧 is probably a good differential to have. I think his price is 5 million, and we all know, like in the United squad, I think he's probably the number 1 player at the moment. I think he's been making a ton of saves. Otherwise, we would have been shipping 10 goals at least every game that we've been playing. Yeah, Saurabh. Yeah, you can laugh. I know you've been.
I did not laugh. Rohil did.
But yeah, I mean, even last 5 match points, given how many goals United have shipped in the last 5 games, still 18 points for him. So basically, I think in all of the games that he's played, except the Liverpool game, he's produced bonus points. Save points. So which is actually good for anyone who is looking for a differential asset and looking for a United asset as well. I think we mentioned that last time as well. After the Arsenal fixtures for the next 12 to 13 game weeks, the United run is going to be pretty easy. So definitely we're going to talk about a lot more United assets after the Arsenal game. I think there might be a couple of key players that people might be missing, so we might have to get them into the team.
I think as soon as United fix their defensive problems, I think 𝗕𝗲 would become a great asset to have. Right now, it is still a little bit iffy because of you don't get the clean sheet points right now.
It was pretty evident today that we fixed the defensive problem. As long as Harry Maguire, Mr. Maguire, you don't listen to this because you do that when you play against Albania and San Marino. When he doesn't play, we defend pretty well.
Yeah. So I think the second player which we have, I think, like I mentioned in the transfer tips also, is for Raphinha was maybe like bringing into Gundaga as well. His ownership is again 3.2. His last match, I mean today's match performance was pretty decent. He got 13 points. He got an assist and a goal. I think in terms of XG, it's pretty high for a city midfielder who probably plays from some time to time as a false nine. So I think and looking at the fixtures for City, I think it's very favorable. Now I would say maybe he might not start in the next game week, provided because he started today and they play on Wednesday as well. So Pep Roulette is something which we are very much familiar with. So there could be a possibility he might not start in that game.
Do you really think Pep Roulette is happening this season? I don't really see it. I see a lot more players starting
with the consistent lineup. It's a more of a consistent lineup, but I think but since it's just 2-3 days, like you can say it's maybe like a Champions League match. So like you're seeing a midweek game, so there might be a possibility for some rotations at least. I mean, there are a few players who have become more fixed and who are starting on a regular basis, like Bernardo Silva and Cancelo and Ruben Diaz. They are like regulars.
Gundaga himself has been starting regularly, and plus we have not been seeing the Pep Roulette. Just one point, we have not been seeing the Pep Roulette because there's been two key players still missing from the Pep side. I think Foden is injured. He was injured. He came back. He again got injured, so he's not featuring in the team. And same goes with 𝗕𝗲. De Bruyne, he's been in and out of the team because of his injuries. I think he's injured at this point as well, or I think he's suffering from coronavirus. Something is there. I read something. So he's also not fully fit. As far as I know.
What about Grealish?
Grealish, I'm not aware. He
also, I believe, is injured right now.
Grealish is also injured, if I'm correct. Let me check.
Yes, Grealish is injured. I think we all are checking it right now.
Grealish is injured. Yes.
Yeah.
Great. £100 million signing, just sitting on the bench, getting injured, and
Grealish, Foden, De Bruyne, everybody is injured. Yeah. So that's why he does not have a lot of options. That's why we are not seeing the Pep Roulette. I think so.
Yeah, I think the squad depth has definitely taken a hit. But coming back to our player Gundaga, I think we all know what he was capable of last year. I think this is about the time when he actually not this time actually, it was in January when he actually hit his purple patch, where he went on a goal scoring spree at that point for City last year. Maybe you might
hopefully
see
Christmas comes earlier for every manager who owns Gundaga at this point.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, I'm gonna get Gundaga, man. Let's get Gundaga now.
So maybe Christmas comes early. Obviously, like it's a right, absolutely perfect thing to say right now for him. So I mean, like his goal attempts are right now 9. His two goals. His XG is also pretty high right now. So I think like I mentioned already, like his in terms of his fixtures as well, I think you can bring him in right now.
Next on the list is 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗏. He impressed a lot of managers and pundits across the world. I think last year when he was starting from Brighton before he got injured. He plays as a right back, but at this point, what I've been seeing since his return into the first team for past 3 games where he has started, he has given in the past 5 matches he has given 17 points, and in the past 3 games where he has started, He's playing not as a right back but as a right winger. So what this does is this gives him a lot more chance to go in front of the goal and score a goal. The XG stands at 0.45, which is not very high, but for a defender, I would say still it's very decent. He will be making those forward runs. Ownership stands at just 1%, and he will be a kneel down starter for the Brighton team. Price is just 4.4. He can be a replacement for Shane Duffy as well. I think Shane Duffy has not played the last two games, and if you just want to have a Brighton defender in your team, I think 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗏 is the person to have. Clean sheets, two clean sheets in previous two games. Again, Brighton fixtures were not very easy against Leeds. Also, one was against Leeds this weekend, and then the previous weekend I don't remember. Yeah, two clean sheets in the next five game. Out of the next five fixtures that they have, West Ham definitely is a tough fixture where they run the risk of conceding a goal. But apart from that, I think Southampton, Tottenham, or Wolves, these three teams have not been. I don't see the chances of scoring goals from them, especially Tottenham and Wolves. Wolves have been playing well, but they have not been influential in front of the goal. They are doing well defensively. So Wolves, Tottenham, and plus those two are home games. So I think uh, these can be the games where he can get a clean sheet. Man United game, and there is a possibility of a new manager coming in. How they play, we got to see that yet, but. But yeah, I think 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗏𝗏 is a good differential or a watch list candidate also. I would say at this point to just keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think that's all the players we have for you guys. I think tomorrow you can stay tuned for our upcoming video tomorrow on the captaincy picks and the team reveal as well. I don't think in terms of team reveal we have a lot of changes probably, but again, like I keep mentioning, you can get us to the 1,000 subscriber mark and you start seeing the backroom discussions as well. So if you're interested, keep hitting the subscribe button. Do remember to like, share, and comment on the videos. Do let us know if you have any other players which we should consider for the transfer list or for the differential players for the upcoming game weeks. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video and see you guys tomorrow.